Hey everybody, my name is Elizabeth. You're watching The Patriot Act, and I'm so excited you are here today. So, we've been talking about the hero's journey, and I'm truly hoping that you guys have decided to embark on one on your own. But today I wanted to talk about the word hesitation and the role it plays when making that decision to go further. Now, most times, when the call to adventure comes for this journey to move forward, to learn new things, to change ourselves into the true, pure person, being that we were meant to be, there usually is something that goes wrong. Or you're in a spot of your life that is just, you just had enough. Now, when this happens, one of two things occur. One, you take heed, knowing that your true higher self is there calling you, telling you, go, this is your time. Or you just stay where you are, safe, in your little bubble with a safe circumference around you. Yes, I stayed in safety even when the word safe was not the meaning that we know it of. For me, safety was staying in a dark, dismal place, in chaos, drug addiction, poverty. Seriously, we use this word in our everyday sentences as something that's good. My husband keeps me safe. My home keeps me safe. Things keep us safe. But when it comes to speaking about the hero's journey, staying in the safety mind state will stop you from moving forward to learning who you really are. Now, we must understand that when that hesitation comes, if you have a feeling of, oh, should I do this? As opposed to knowing you shouldn't. Think about this. If your mind is questioning one or the other, are you ready? Should you go? Don't you think that it deserves to be thought about? Maybe prepared to do it? Your intuition, your hunches, most of the time, or if not 100%, are always true. That is your inner self saying, come on, take it, run with it. But listen, you got to understand that if it was a definite don't do it, there would be no conversation going on in your mind. So if you are sick and tired of just being sick and tired, and you have an opportunity, or you make an opportunity. I've spoken about changing your routines. Get off that daily cycle of getting on the train, going to work, getting back on the train, coming home, eating something for dinner, watching TV and falling asleep. Yes, that's all beautiful things that I enjoy doing. Well, except the going to work part. But knowing that you have the opportunity right in front of you right now, right this second, to change your routine, to change your schedule, because that may give you the door to open. That might give you something to hesitate towards. But we've got to take a hold of that. And we have to not allow fear, that deep, disgusting part in our gut that holds us back from all this beautiful stuff. We can't allow fear. Fear is what brings us to our knees. Fear is what gets us to the point of, oh my God, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But fear could also be used as a positive thing, right? But in the sense of comparison, would you rather live in fear for the rest of your life? Do you want fear to guide your day to day? I know I don't. And I have a feeling you don't. I don't know, it's just like this hunch that I'm having. We have to, if we're scared, take that. Take that fear and turn it into your hesitation. Turn it into your use of preparation. Think about it, guys. It's there. It's there. I say that all the time. You have to utilize the things that you have. If you are scared, it's okay. Use that fear as a model for what you don't want. Because at the end of the day, only you have the ability to change that. Yes, everything will have a hesitation. It depends on what you're going to do with it. What are you going to do when that point comes and you're having that argument inside because you're so scared? You're scared of the unknown. Use that fear. Use it for sense of comparison, pros and cons. Do you want to live in fear? What does fear feel like? What has fear held you back from? I mean, listen, if you're okay in living in fear, then by all means, move forward and play with that. But I choose not to. So I used my fear to remind me of how shitty my life was, excuse my language. And tonight I don't want to live with that anymore. I learned to just let go. Let go. Go with the flow. Take risks. I was in such a disgusting place in my life. And I'm not even going back to the drug addiction or the homelessness. I'm talking about like 2 years ago. I was in a very dark, disturbing place. To the point where I wanted to take my life. I didn't make a plan for it, but I truly felt that this world would be a much better place if I wasn't here. Now, then I had a choice, right? I had a choice to either live in that fear, so I took that fear and I used it as a comparison weighing. Do I want to live in fear for the rest of my life? Or am I willing to take that risk, that challenge of a lifetime, where I could learn tools and grow and become wiser? Wiser! You know, our fears can halt us from some of the most amazing opportunities. And it's okay, because sometimes your journey is based all upon a fear you have. That could be your call to adventure. That could be your point where you just had enough. I'm going to give you an example. When I was locked up upstate, there was a program, and it was a little bit better of a college than the regular one that they had. But you had to apply, you had to write an essay, a whole spiel, and they only chose 15 people. I wasn't going to do it, but someone that I had spent time with while I was up there, she was kind of my jail mom. I hate saying that, but that was the lingo. She really pushed me to do it. And ultimately, I got in. But let me tell you something. The getting in was not difficult. I wrote a great essay. It was now preparing myself for this environment I haven't been in a long time. And I had feared because of my history in the streets. I thought maybe I lost my ability to learn. So I lived in fear. Every day I went to class. But because I allowed the fear to control me and to guide me, as opposed to weighing out how I would like to do my schooling, I allowed the fear to take over. And it messed me up for a little bit. I was nervous to raise my hand and answer a question. I thought maybe when I said something it would sound stupid. But, there was a point where I just said, screw this. And I just let go. And I didn't know at the time how amazing that was until I started doing these practices and learning about myself, law of attraction, shadow work, and now the hero's journey I'm studying. I didn't realize how strong I was at a time where thought I was at a very weak point. Now, I say all that to say, everyone's journey is their own. And whatever your journey, does not matter whether it's this or that. There is no comparison in the sense of whose journey is stronger or harder. That's not what it's about, because your journey is your journey. They always say God gives you what you can handle. Your handle from God is your journey. You need to find out who you are and stop allowing fear. Use that comparison. Make a friggin' chart, whatever you got to do. Write what it feels like when you live in fear. Write how you feel daily. Write a journal. Keep a log about how you feel every day. Using fear. Because fear is what drives us. Fear is what drives a person who doesn't know who they are. Who doesn't know what their passions are. Because we're taught by society how we should be. But, we got to erase that. But that takes a little time. I'm still working on that. But, listen. Fear will effing ruin you. And you can't allow it to. Choose you. Choose you. Have to. Nobody's going to do it but you. Stop living in fear. Stop living in the victim pity party state of mind. That was like my favorite thing. I was a victim till the very end. Swore I wasn't. But I lived. I felt that I was entitled. I'm not sure what I thought I was entitled to, but I thought I was entitled to something because of what I went through as a child. But none of that matters, right? You do your shadow work to work on that back in the day trauma that, we've gone through. That's what you do your shadow work for. Your journey is a place where you learn your strengths, where you break open that safety circumference zone. You break it open. There is no more zone. You are living life to the fullest. And, in our life, we've heard living life to the fullest is that the idea of, adrenaline rushes and all that, but that's not what it is. Living life to the fullest is when you have fully integrated and aligned. You have combated all those triggers. You have found your passions, your strengths, and at the end of your journey, you are wiser, you are older in experience, and you now are able to bring these tools back to your immediate environment and the people in it, and you can give back. Because you cannot keep anything you do not give away. It's important that we also take a look at that environment around us and the people in it. I've had to learn the hard way about people that just because you love them doesn't mean you need them in your life. You can love from a distance. And it hurts in the beginning, and it's hard in the beginning. But let me tell you something. You don't need anyone in your life that does not help you elevate yourself. That will not accept you. Because as crazy as it sounds now when I say it, when you resurrect your new self, when the death of those old behaviors and the old way of being dies and you resurrect and become the whole you, there are going to be people who don't like it. I hate that that's true, but it is. There's going to be people that just don't like it because it's uncomfortable. It was like when I was using drugs, I didn't want to hang out with anybody who wasn't using drugs. That's stupid. Or vice versa. I don't want to hang out with anybody that's using drugs now. So when you are full and whole and you bring yourself around people who are not, they're not healthy enough in the mind to see how beautiful your transformation is. Don't be angry with them. Just understand that they're not there. So love them from a distance. And there are those who are just toxic in your life that you just have to get the hell away from them. Those are a little bit easier. There's going to be family as well as there's anyone who is not completely whole is not going to fully understand where you are. Some less than others, and those who are very empty may not like you anymore. I hate that, but it's true. But see, when you go on these journeys, you grow strength inside that you will be able to get through that. That may be one of your journeys because, like I said, it's not only one journey. We're constantly evolving. As long as you take heed to those calls to adventure and you don't allow your hesitation to become a negative thing, allow your hesitation to be the point of preparation so that you can go out on that adventure, go out into the unknown and learn more, gain more tools to bring back to your immediate environment. The transformation, resurrection of your new self is so beautiful that you may attract others to want to do it as well. That is beautiful in itself. Because again, you cannot keep something you don't give away. You also need to understand that throughout this beautiful journey, you may meet allies or into some new friends. People who are genuine and whole and are seeking and searching for the same thing we are on our hero's journey. I really hope that you will either continue or start your journey because it's beautiful. I hope that you will leave comments about how you're doing on your journey, anything that you want to implement, anything. I would love to hear from you guys. I love you so much. Please like and subscribe. You know that if nobody told you they love you, you know Elizabeth does. Peace out. I gotta stop doing that, right? My daughter makes fun of me. Screw it. Peace out.